Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Yeah, No, I Know. My name's Kristen,
I'm Jenna.
and today we have a relationship or relationshit episode for you. So we want you guys, as always, to draw your own conclusions. Tell us your opinions in the comments, and always we keep the sender anonymous. So I'm going to go ahead and read what this person sent over, and we will deliberate. She said, "Hi, I love you guys. Thank you. I have a relationship situation I'd like advice on. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years. He's amazing for the most part. His ex-wife is
all?
right. Yeah. For the most part. His ex-wife is the literal devil though. They have 2 kids together and he has an older kid with another woman. The ex-wife has always hated me and harassed us in our relationship. I know she wants him back, but he wants nothing to do with her. She uses his kids against him. Ugh, she's the literal devil. And 2 years ago, she took them and moved to Oregon. We're in Colorado because he wouldn't get back with her. I don't even think you can legally do that with kids. I didn't think you're allowed to move out of the state, period. I don't know what the rules are in Colorado, but since then, she's tried to make the kids hate me, telling them lies about us, like I sacrifice goats on the weekend and I'm a devil worshiper. How awful. Like, people don't realize how much they're harming their own children in doing things like this. Wow. And that their dad is a deadbeat. He's an amazing father, by the way. She only would let him see the kids if he went out there to Oregon and stayed in her house. This never sat well with me and caused a ton of issues in our relationship. Well, the last time he went out there, she got naked and jumped on top of him. He freaked out and pushed her off of him. And he told me what happened. Okay, I can't believe he's like falling for this. I guess you would do anything for your children, but like you got to draw the line somewhere and get the courts involved.
Yeah.
I was furious. I told him he had a week to finish getting divorced or I was out. He did just that.
They're still married?
I guess they were still married. She was saying his ex-wife, so I assumed it. I guess now she's his ex-wife. But yeah, they're still married, so that's a big detail, I guess. I told him he had a week to finish getting divorced or I was out. He did just that and asked for joint custody. She lied on the court documents about our address and we never received the final paperwork and she got full custody of the kids.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, he didn't follow up. There's something else missing there. She's like, if you don't get paperwork, you follow up on it. Right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost because like it's his ex-wife, but they're still married. She moved out of the state with the kids. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're missing some information.
Yeah, maybe.
But we'll try and do the best we can.
She got full custody of the kids. She still continues to try to get back with him and wants to go to therapy with him, and it's nonstop harassment. She called the cops on me last week to have an officer pass along a message from her to my talk to her kids anymore. Like, come on. The kids love me. I love them. My boyfriend has tried over and over to stand up for me in our relationship, and she's just getting more and more insane. It's the only time we ever argue or fight because of her. I have her blocked on social media, but we have sent her a couple emails stating that this shit cannot go on anymore and needs to fuck off already. I love my man and kids, but she's too much and I'm at a loss. There's so much more to all of this, but any advice is welcome.
Yes, there is.
So there is a lot more to this that she was trying to keep the story short.
Yeah.
However, at this point, you need to get like law enforcement and restraining orders and things like that in place because you cannot keep running a circus with her rules, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, getting full custody is like almost near impossible. So I don't think she said she had that the mom has full custody, but the only way that they can get full custody is like if there's something seriously wrong on the opposing parent's side. So I would just suggest that you at least go to wherever the state is and just fight for at least joint custody of these kids. But
you have a lot on your side too. Like if you had a restraining order against her, like every time these instances are happening, as long as they're actually like, you need to go file a police report or something, like make a paper trail and she won't have full custody. But I feel like at this point, there's no reasoning with her. She sounds like a psycho. So it sounds like you need to get like police involved, the court involved, and let them deal with it. Like he can't see his kids unless he stays in her house. Like, why did he fall for that? I don't know. That just seems silly to like even like put yourself in that situation when you know how psycho she is. I'm at a loss for why he would even do that, to be honest.
And asked for joint custody. She lied on the court documents about our address, and we never received the final paperwork, and she got full custody of the kids. Okay, so if that's the case, then you contact the courts and you say
exactly that.
Yeah, we never got paperwork. What address did you send it to? And when they tell you the address, you say that is not our correct address. Why was it sent there? If they say because that's the address she gave us, be like, well, you have a case right there. And also, you want to get an appointment with a mediator first. Like, you don't need to go to the courts. You can get a mediator. They can contact her, and she has to go. So you sit down, and the mediator and her attorney are going to be like, dude, like, you're stupid. Like, they're going to tell her you lied. Like, you're going to get your kids taken away. And she will compromise at that point. So I would suggest getting a mediator, because at the end of the day, what's best for these kids is to be with both of their parents and have both of their parents in their life. So this, we want them, they want them, like, that's not going to work. Like, this kid needs both their parents. And, like, kids anymore. The kids love me. I love them. My best friend has tried. Yeah, I think there's a lot of, like, there's a lot going on in here about he said, she said, but, like, at the end of the day, like, the most important thing is the kids.
And there's no reasoning with someone that wants someone back and doesn't like you. Like, there's no reasoning with someone that's a little off their rocker. So at that point, you just need to involve outside help.
Yeah, and if you're blocking her on social media, but then you're emailing her, I probably wouldn't do that. I would just
needs to be done through a lawyer.
And honestly, like, I would say you don't need to have any part of it, because right now you're not married to him. You're the girlfriend at this point, unfortunately. Like, you know, if you're watching this podcast, you know we're keeping it real. Like, we're not gonna like sugarcoat things just because, like, woman to woman, but like woman to woman, you're the girlfriend. You're not the wife yet. You're not the stepmother. And I don't think that you should be emailing her. Because what that's going to do is make her more upset at you. And then she's going to talk more shit about you to her kids. So I think the best thing to do is to let your man take care of it. Now, if you need to tell your man to take care of it, then go for it. But, like, I think any communication between you and her should be completely not existent.
That's really good advice. Yeah. Even though, like, you may have a very serious relationship with him and it may seem more than a girlfriend, the title is what it is. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't always mean something, but when it's involving like children and courts and stuff like that, you really don't have a say. So it's true.
Yeah. And it's just going to make the ex more pissed off, especially if she wants him. And I mean, playing devil's advocate, like, what woman doesn't want to be with the father? Like, okay, well, that's not true. Rewind. If a woman is still in love with the man of her children, why, like, you can't, like, fault her for that at the same time. Like, she may be like, I want my family. I want my kids. I want my husband. And so, like, I think a lot of times we're so caught up in what we're feeling and how things are affecting us that we fail to see what other people are feeling and have a little bit of empathy for them and the situation that they're in. It doesn't mean that she's not a fucked up person, that, like, maybe she cheated on him. I don't know. But, like, I think being able to put yourself in somebody else's position and then react in a way that you would want somebody to react to you will help through the situation.
On the flip side, she is crazy. Like, she should not be forcing your boyfriend to stay in her house and jumping on him naked. Like, that's insane. But first of all, I think it's also, I hate to say it, but really dumb that your boyfriend went to her house and stayed there knowing that that's what's going on. Like, at that point, you involve outside help. You don't play her little fucking game and, like, get you right where she wants you, you know, kind of a thing. So, like, I feel like that was kind of his bad, too. And I hope he's not playing games either. Yeah, I mean, he told her, I guess. He was honest about it. But I don't like the fact that he's even willing to stay in her house knowing how crazy she is. Like, you need outside help.
Well,
Go get help.
She has some sort of hold on him still.
It sounds like it.
She has some sort of pull with him still for him to do that.
Like, but
yes.
It's the kids. But that playing her games are not the only way he's going to see his kids.
Yes, and always use text or email. Don't call, not you. Your man, but, like, always text or email, because if you have like voicemails or anything like that, because I know when you're dealing with court stuff, because I had to go through all this too.
Save all of it.
Save it all, because when you go to court, like there's no like he said, she said, like if you have an email or a text, it's right there.
Yeah.
And it's them, they are verbally like agreeing to sharing this, where if you record somebody, it won't hold up in court. So yeah.
Yeah, that is a sticky situation that you are in, and it's got to be really frustrating for sure. But I think you have great advice there, and my advice is to stop playing her games, like I said, and find outside help and get a restraining order if you need to, and whatever. Like playing her games is not going to work out.
Yeah,
get help with your get help to see your kids the right way. You don't have to like play her little game to do so.
Yep, I would tell your mans to go to go to wherever these children are. Go to the courts
or call.
Walk in. Yeah, calling's a pain in. Oh my god,
it is. But they're in Colorado and they're in Oregon.
Maybe it's better. Yeah, but you need to get with a mediator. Not you, him. He needs to get with a mediator and have an attorney, and then she needs to meet there with her attorney. And I am almost positive you guys could get it figured out in one appointment. And the mediator's free. So, actually, I don't know Colorado rules, so I don't know. But that's California way, yeah. Or Oregon, yeah.
Or is it where they're born? I don't know how that works, really.
Yeah, you have a lot more right, or your husband has your boyfriend has a lot more rights than he's exercising. And so there's something that because if it is about the kids, then he needs to stop worrying about his ex, because she will not have as much power. She only has as much power as you're giving her. Yes.
That's what I've been trying to like
put into
convey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
take that power back. Not you, him. You gotta stay out of it. I know it's hard because we want to fix everything.
You can be like the puppet master behind the scenes.
Exactly. That's what we're best at.
Just don't do it like to her.
Yeah.
Let him do it.
Yeah. And doing the like, if you don't do this, I'm out of here. Like that's hard. Especially if like you want to be in his life and the kid's life. It's like if you want to be the wife, then you're in it. And that's it. So if you don't want to put up with this, then just go and let him deal with it. But it sounds like you want to be in it. It sounds like these kids are important to you. It sounds like he's important to you. So I wouldn't do if you don't do this, I'm out of here. It should be.
You should want to do that because you've expressed how you want it to turn out and how you want it to be.
Yeah. And I think right now you guys need to work as partners, not like opposing. So I think a lot of what can I do to help you get your kids back? What can I help you with to, reach these goals? What are the goals that we want to accomplish? Like, we want to get the kids back. We need to go here. We need to like let's make a plan. And how can I help you? How can I assist you? How can I support you?
Not giving them ultimatums.
Right. Not like, well, if you don't do what I told you to do, then I'm out of here. So I think letting him know that you are his partner and that you're here for him and that you're going to be there even when he gets his kids and to help raise his kids and all of that, I think that will give him the something that he probably didn't get from his ex-wife, probably why they're not together. That will give him that support. There's always a great woman behind a great man. So be that great woman.
Wow. Mic drop.
Damn.
That is such good advice. I totally agree because I read a book. I don't know if it was The Empowered Wife or Simply Feminine, but one of those two books, they're great. You should read them if you haven't. But basically talks about like not talking about the negatives, like, oh, I hate when you leave your clothes on the ground, but instead speaking from what you wish to see. Like, you know what? I just would love it if like our house was just like picked up by the end of the day and was like clean. That's how you get men to come up with, oh, I can please her by picking up my chonies. So that's great advice. I couldn't have said it better myself. So there you have it.
Hopefully that was helpful.
I think it's a relationship. I just think that their relationship is a relationship, and he actually probably shouldn't be communicating with her much at all. It sounds like it almost needs to just go straight through an attorney.
Sounds like he hasn't had a lot of push. She has not had a lot of pushback from him. Yeah. So I think it would take one attorney letter for her to be like, oh.
Yeah, he means business.
Yeah. Sometimes they just need to be. That's kind of what happened in one of my cases is, they sent us a letter and we sent a letter back and it took one meeting and that was it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. It does sound like she's kind of used to getting her way and like using the kids as like a way to do
Leverage.
that. And like he's not exercising all of his rights, because if he was, that wouldn't even be possible, really.
Yeah. She knows how to manipulate him because they've been
Yes.
married. So she obviously knows his weak spots, what he'll believe, if he's gullible or not, and she's playing on that. So just, find information, supply him with that information, support him, guide him. That's the best advice I can give with the information that we have. So
Also, did he get a hotel after she jumped on him naked? Because if he didn't, then he should have. And I would be so pissed.
Please let us know. What did he do after she did that?
Why was he sleeping in her house, period? I would have been like, no, I'm actually allowed to see my kids whenever the fuck I want. I'm not sleeping in your house. So go talk to my attorney. Anyways, yes.
I feel like there's a lot of steps that need to happen before somebody is jumped on naked.
She just come out of the room like a
lot of layers of crawling that need to come off. Like, did she just run out of the bathroom like, hey?
Where were the kids at this point? Did they see this?
Oh my gosh, so many questions.
I have a lot of questions, but yes, with the advice we got, details we got. Sorry, not the advice. I think that Jenna killed this one. So there you have it. If you guys have any sticky situations or something you just kind of need like a friend to talk through with you, just send them over to us. I love going through these. I think they're fun. But give us all the details, because sometimes there are a lot of like open ends and it's like, wait a second, why aren't they divorced? They were still married. Like a lot of confusing things. So
you don't have to keep it short. We may not read your whole, like what you send us. We may not read the whole thing on the podcast, but we will like put highlights, but it gives us a lot of information so we can like collect our thoughts and then we'll summarize for the podcast. So
yeah, we want to
give us all the details.
Try and give good advice, but we need kind of like all the information, all the angles and all that stuff for that. So anyways, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you in the next podcast. Bye.
Peace.